Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zach, and I would like to welcome you to episode 56 of my 2025 bodybuilding prep series. Whew, it has been an interesting few weeks, guys. I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to feel the diet fatigue for sure. Probably the biggest difficulty right now is getting hangry and being annoying and aggravated, or annoyed and aggravated at small things that I shouldn't be annoyed and aggravated at, and then, irritating family and friends. So that's my priority right now is getting that sorted. And I'm going to be releasing a video soon about some fat loss tips, and that's going to be like the primary goal around monitoring and managing this fat loss mesocycle. So stay tuned for that. But I do want to give a little update on the diet so far. So I don't know if it was in episode 55 or 54, but I know I mentioned that I dropped my calories down from 250 calorie deficit to like 375. And I'm still there. I held on. I didn't go bonkers or anything, but I did stall out for a long time, and it was getting frustrating too, because when you're being super strict with your diet and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're eating the right foods, you're eating the right macros, you get the cravings at night or whenever you would normally get cravings, or you smell some yummy food, but someone offers you something, you're like, okay, no, I'm good, thank you, I appreciate the offer, but I'm sticking to my diet. You do all that, and you train and put time into it, and you're thinking about it, and then the number on the scale doesn't move at all, and you're like, bro, what is even the point? What am I doing? But there's a couple things that I'm telling myself right now. Number one is I'm based on my deficit right now, that I think it's like 340. Yeah, I think it's like 340 something calories a day. That's like 10 days for 1 pound. So I shouldn't be expecting to see the number on the scale go down and down and down, especially because I've been doing it for 4 weeks now. All that like water loss, excess water from carb intake, all that stuff is gone already. So I'm trying to chill out, I was 177.4 this morning, which is a new low for this mesocycle. So I'm happy. I'm going to stick with these calories. And that's down from when I first started. If you guys remember, when I first started, I was 184. And I've definitely at least lost 3 pounds of body fat, I would say, which is solid. That's great for just a 5 to 6 week. And we'll see. I'm starting week 5 today, actually, of this fat loss mesocycle. So we'll see where we go from here. But week 5 is locked in for sure. I'm doing a 5th week, and then if we are feeling good, if the diet fatigue isn't too intense and crazy, I might go for a 6th week. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. But let's move on to our actual training stuff here. So this is the end of the leg day, doing these goblet squats. I just want to note a couple things about that leg day that I've got programmed. That is sumo deadlifts, reverse Nordics, and goblet squats. So the sumo deadlifts just get better and better, as I mentioned in episode 55. And if you guys want to see what I'm referencing, way back in the beginning, my editing was nowhere near as good as it is now, and lighting and stuff like that. But humble beginnings. That's where I started out back in November 2024, uploading videos. So if you want to check it out, there's a full playlist on my channel called the Bodybuilding Prep Series. So feel free to check that out. But yeah, sumo deadlifts are great. Reverse Nordics, still rocking them with shoes off, with the towel under the ankle. I find that that's the most comfortable way, least amount of knee pain, most amount of quad burn. So I will be keeping with that. And then not much to say about the goblet squats. They're kind of a finisher exercise. The cool thing about them is they do kind of tell me like what got smoked. Like I can feel which muscle, like if it was a certain portion of the quads or if the hamstrings are destroyed. Like I can kind of tell what really got worked. But that leg session is a robust hypertrophy stimulus. I definitely feel it every time I do one. So we've got that leg day out, and then so the push day here, we saw the incline bench. That incline bench is giving me crazy chest pumps, guys. So I don't know. I think maybe because I locked in my form, and especially now that my wrists are finally feeling recovered, I was having some issues where I was having to use the VersaGrips to like keep everything tight because I was experiencing some pretty uncomfortable wrist pain during any of these pushing movements. But that's pretty much subsided, so happy about that. Big old chest pumps. And then I think the pre-fatiguing of the anterior delts is making this exercise, the overhead press, much more stimulative for my side delts. Because they, like even right now, they're still sore from this session. Oh yeah. So I wanted to mention, I was saying I'm definitely still losing fat. And you can tell, like in some of the stuff that I'm posting on Instagram, feel free to check out my Instagram. It's linked down below in the description. But like my legs are starting to get that drumstick kind of look going on, and then my arms look bigger even though they probably aren't very much bigger. It'd be nice if they were. That's one thing I'm also wondering is if I'm recomposition. That's where you lose body fat and you gain muscle at the same time. I might be doing a little bit of that because I am technically still like a newbie, because I've only been doing hypertrophy training, real hypertrophy training since, November 2024 is when I really started honing in on it, and then of course looking at diet and stuff. So there's a potential that I'm still gaining muscle through this cut, but if I am, it's minimal. My main goal is to just keep the muscle I do have. So just a little note on that. But those tricep extensions, man, they're officially kaput. I'm gonna replace them. They definitely feel stale, and my performance, like I've noticed my performance on them, it's very, very much so variable. It changes from session to session. I'm not getting the same numbers. I'm not really getting much stronger on it. It doesn't feel quite as good. My shoulders aren't liking it as much. So it's time to swap it out. And then the deficit push-ups here are just baller. I love it. It's like the goblet squats. Great finisher move, and it also gives me a little bit of like foreshadowing into, what's going to be super sore. I can kind of tell doing this exercise what really got smoked and what didn't. So push day is great. I'll be keeping probably all of the exercises from leg day and push day for my next mesocycle, except for that overhead tricep extension. If you guys know of any really good either barbell or dumbbell or body weight exercises for triceps that you think I should try to swap that one out, it needs to be a good one. I would love a nice compound movement. I'm thinking about doing either skull crushers or barbell overhead tricep extensions. I don't know how feasible that's going to be. I might try doing it like behind the neck or something. I don't know. I think I would maybe need an easy bar for that, especially given how my wrist felt after foolishly using those VersaGrips on the first week of this meso and jacking my wrists up. But anyway, moving on to the pull day here. We're not being moronic anymore. We are hitting calves and not forgetting about them, even though I will say it definitely feels inconvenient. I'm getting hyped for pull day. I'm like, all right, I get a rest day tomorrow. This is good. I just got to get in here, give a good focused effort. And it's like, calf raises. Yeah, forgot about those. But I'm doing them. They're stimulative. And I did want to mention this. So this session you're watching is 2 RIR. Today I'm starting 1 RIR. So I'm still periodizing this mesocycle. Even though the goal isn't to build muscle, you still need to increase in either intensity or volume or both throughout like a 6-week program like this, because your body will adapt to a certain level of workload, like the number of sets and reps and load that you're doing, and they'll adapt to frequency too. So you still should periodize when you're cutting, in my humble opinion. So that's what I'm doing here. I was going to mention the calf raises. I'm increasing a bunch of weights this week, and then I'll probably add a little bit more volume, but not too much to the program here. So just wanted to mention that. Now, these barbell curls have been feeling great, man. What you're seeing right here is a drop set. So I'm doing 3 sets at 50 pounds, 8 to 12 reps. I'm getting, like, what did I get here? This day I got 12, 10, 8 on those straight sets. And then the drop set, I'm taking those 2.5s off to make it 45 pounds, just the barbell weight. And I'm only doing like 30 seconds of rest and going straight into the set. And the delayed onset muscle soreness, the markers of hypertrophy stimulus for biceps, they're good. I'm getting plenty sore in the biceps, so I'm happy with that. Now, I did, call an audible here on the pull day. I've swapped out some exercise selection because I noticed my upper back just wasn't getting as sore as I would like it to be. It just didn't. I wasn't getting like crazy upper back pumps or anything. So I decided to put the pull-ups. I'm calling these pull-ups. Underhand is pull-ups. All right. I'm calling underhand pull-ups, overhand chin-ups. I'm just going to call it that. Even it may not be right. I don't know. But these are pretty heavy on the biceps, but they're pre-fatigued. So lats are getting smoked during these guys now. And then I move on to the chest-supported dumbbell rows, and those are hitting the mid and upper back, and even a little bit of like the like mid to lower back as well, with the kind of like initiation of what is that? That would be flexion. Yeah, back flexion. Wait, right? Yeah. No. Extension? Anyway, doing that little swap out there really helped me out on, and like even today, like my upper back is quite a bit more sore than it usually is, and then lats are plenty sore. So I am also very happy with this pull day. I don't think I have any more notes on there. Like I said, I'm going to be making a video about some fat loss tips. These are just some things that I've discovered during this mesocycle, especially knowing a lot more about bodybuilding and hypertrophy and muscle gain, fat loss, all that stuff. With my current level of knowledge, I'm like piecing things together that I know through science, and then like my experience so far, finding little like tweaks and things that I can adjust that have helped me a lot. I'm going to share those with you guys so that maybe if you guys are wanting to lose weight or embark on a fat loss journey, hopefully they'll help you out as well. So that's all I've got for this video. There will be one more set here in the darkness, and then yes, here we are in the darkness. Just a little view of the back musculature here. Pretty happy with the way that's looking. And of course that booty be popping, you know what I'm saying? Hit like if you think the booty's popping. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. So I'm going to head out, and I hope you guys have a good one out there. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.